Hello students, welcome to the online lecture series of St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurugram. Myself Sitendra Vats, Assistant Professor in ETC Department. So in our today's lecture, we will see the M-Array FSK and M-Array PSK digital modulation techniques, which is a part of Unit 4th of Communication Systems, ETC 4th semester. So we have M-Array FSK modulation technique. In the last lecture, we have seen M-Array amplitude shift keying, in which multi-levels were used to represent the symbols, and multi-amplitude were used for the shift keying. Okay, in this M-Array frequency shift keying, there are m different carrier frequencies. Like in amplitude shift keying, we were having more than 2 amplitudes. So similarly in the FSK scheme, we will be having more than 2 frequencies to represent m symbols. Okay, and the amplitude of all the symbols would remain constant. Like in amplitude shift keying, the frequency was constant for all the symbols. So the signal is represented in this M-Array FSK scheme as SIT is equal to A cos 2 pi FCIT into this is the symbol, that is A cos 2 pi FCI T, in which I represent the levels, number of levels, which will range from 1 to m, and the TS is the symbol duration. So in this technique we have m different frequencies FCI, which are given as FCI is equal to FC plus I minus m by 2 into del f, where I ranges from 1 to m, and del f is the frequency difference between adjacent frequencies. Okay, and m is the number of level. So frequencies are chosen such that they are orthogonal to each other and there is no interference between adjacent carriers. So we will choose our frequencies so that there will be no interference between the two symbol frequencies, as it will be difficult for us to regenerate the original signal at the receiver, and if there are interferences between the symbols. Okay, so if this is our bit stream, which we can see is 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1, as we will use a combination of bits to represent our frequencies. So this is an example of 4 level FSK, in which first frequency is represented for 0 0, then we will have a second frequency for 0 1, then we have a frequency for 1 0, and then we have a different frequency for the symbol 1 1. That is, we are using 4 different frequency for the carrier to be transmitted, which will carry our information in the bits. Okay, so for every level 2 bit will be used to represent, that is 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. If we have 8 levels, then we will use 3 bits to represent every symbol, and all the frequencies we can calculate using this formula. Okay, now this is the constellation diagram of M-Array FSK. This is BFSK, in which 2 symbols are there, and this is 8 FSK. Okay, so in the BFSK we would have only 2 symbols having different frequencies, and both of them will be orthogonal to each other, so as to avoid the interference between them. and in the 8 level we would be having 8 frequency components or symbols which should be orthogonal to each other so as to interference any sort of so as to avoid any sort of interference between them, which will be very useful at the receiving end. So the bandwidth of the M level FSK can be given as M upon 2S, where TS is the symbol duration. So M upon 2 into TS, where M is the number of levels and T as the, it can also be represented as M upon 2 into Fs. If TS is the symbol duration, then this would be the frequency, that is Fs. Okay, and M is the number of level. Bandwidth efficiency of M array FSK can be given as 2 log 2 M divided by M. So which would come 2 log 2 M divided by M bits per second per hertz. So as you can see from this formula, as M increases, the bandwidth efficiency decreases. As we increase the number of levels, the efficiency would decrease. So M array FSK has a better noise immunity than M array ASK. The transmitted M number of signals are equal in energy and duration. So all the signals that we are representing using M levels would have same energy. All the levels would have same energy and the same duration. That is, all of them will be transmitted for the same time duration and will carry the same energy. Signals are separated such that they are orthogonal to each other, so crowding can be avoided. So crowding or interference can be avoided if the two signals interfere with each other. Then at the receiver end it will be difficult to extract the information out of this part. So it is always desirable that the symbols are separated by a margin from each other, or they are orthogonal to each other, so that we can get the information from all the symbols or samples at the receiver end. So bandwidth efficiency of M array FSK decreases and power efficiency increases as M increases. As the M increases, the efficiency decreases, but the power efficiency increases, because there is always a trade-off between the bandwidth and the power requirement. If one decreases, then the other increases. Okay, now we have M array phase shift keying modulation techniques. So in M array phase shift keying, we will use different phase angles to represent our M symbols. If we have let's say 4 symbols, then all of them would be having different phase. So signal in M array PSK is represented using this equation, that is SIT. A would be constant for all the symbols, cos 2 pi FCT frequency would be constant, plus phi I, that is the phase. So this phase would be different for all the symbols, which is given by phi I is equal to 2 pi by M I minus 1 plus a constant. I ranges from 1 to M and T is the time of our symbol duration, which ranges from 0 to Ts. So if we have M is equal to 4 and this constant is equal to 0, okay, if we have M is equal to 4 and this constant is equal to 0, then the phases will be, if we put this value in this equation, M is equal to 4 and constant is equal to 0, and for I is equal to 1 to 4, we would get 4 phases, that is 0, pi by 2, that is 90 degree, pi and 3 pi by 2, that is 270. Okay, so similarly if we have m is equal to 4 and now the constant is pi by 4, there is a constant pi by 4, then the phases would become pi by 4, 3 pi by 4, 5 pi by 4 and 7 pi by 4. So both of them are 4 PSK schemes and are also known as quadrature phase shift keying, which we have already seen in the previous lecture, the modulation and demodulation of QPSK as well. So if we have MPSK for which m is equal to 4, so 2 bits will be used to represent one symbol, that is 0 1 1 0 1 1 and 0 0, and for all these we will have the different phase shifts, that is for 0 1 we will be having 90 degree, for 1 0 we will be having 180 degree, for 0 0 we will be having 0, and for 1 1 we will be having 270 degree phase difference. So this is how we can represent a different level of symbols using the deviation in their phases, which will depend on the information bits. If we are using a 4 level system, then the 2 bits combined will be used to represent one symbol. Okay, now let's see the constellation diagram of MPSK. If we are using m is equal to 4 QPSK, then it would look like this, that is this. There will be 4 phases, 1 2 3 4, 0 90 180 and 270. Similarly, if we are using let's say 8, so there will be 8 phase differences or 8 symbols having different phases. So it will start from here 0 45 90 135 180 and so on. Okay, now let's say we have 16 symbols, then it would look like this. Okay, so bandwidth is given as of a M array PSK system 2 by TS hertz, where TS is the duration of symbol. Bandwidth efficiency is given as log 2m divided by 2 bits per second per hertz. So we have seen the M array PSK and M array FSK in this lecture. There are some of the advantages we have of M array PSK. It uses constant envelope so as to remain immune to the noise. So the amplitude remains constant for all the symbols having different phases to get immune to the noise. There is a considerable reduction in bandwidth requirement. So bandwidth requirement is less as we compare the FSK and PSK. Better performance than ASK and FSK when comes to bandwidth efficiency. So it has a very good performance. But if we increase the number of symbols, increase in probability of errors with increase in number of bits per symbol would take place. So if we increase the number of levels, that would in return would increase the number of bits to represent one symbol, and hence it will increase the probability of error as well. So in this scheme we can reduce the bandwidth, but at the same time the probability of error would increase as we increase the number of levels m from 4 to 8, 8 to 16 and 16 to 32. So there will always be a possibility of interference or crowding at the receiver end. So to remove such a situation, we would use lesser number of levels, that is m is equal to 4 or m is equal to 8. So this is it for this lecture. Thank you very much.